It's finally now Stage 5 of the Clash of Clans World Championship Qualifiers. The first set of matches have been played in the double elimination playoffs, and now we are in the lower bracket, ready to watch Clash Champs versus No Limit. The winner advances in the lower bracket and is one match away from a golden ticket. But if you lose now, you are eliminated from the competition.
We have No Limit attacking first, and we have the Super Archer or the Super Minion Blimp. I would speculate on the Super Minion Blimp right now.
Yeah, with that Warden ability protecting the Blimp going all the way to that Town Hall, we've got the Invis pulling a couple traps, and indeed it is the Super Minions. And notice how he drops the clone just a little bit to the left side because he wants to push the Super Minions over to that side to be able to snipe that Inferno Tower. And then he can also grab the Defensive Rage, and he's getting some fantastic value so far. And even the Tornado Trap.
That was some great value. The question now is, how good can he get through the rest of this base with having quite a few of the defenses left standing? Using the Super Barbarians to try to funnel. Hope the King is not getting distracted too much and is going to the wrong direction, but it looks like that the King should keep walking towards the defending Queen. Those troops have already gotten a lot of damage. The Titans are really low on hit points, but otherwise, I think the setup looks good, but the Titan needs to stay alive until the Hound is going to pop.
Yeah, as the Hound is now going to distract this Queen, it does have an Ice Golem out in front trying to make his way over towards that Eagle Artillery. Headhunter's been deployed for that defensive King to slow him down as the Hound pops. But now, unfortunately, that Electric Titan, I don't see it anywhere. So that Queen's getting stalled up on these pups one at a time, trying to continue this push. The whole thing about with Super Barbarians, you got to keep your heroes alive. You really want to protect your heroes because it comes down to them to really power through this base.
Yes, with the Rage Shower now active, this Royal Gem is not going to have a great time. The Expo is locking onto her. The Scatter is going to shoot in just a second. This Royal Gem is losing her life in just a couple of seconds, going down any second. And there we go with even losing the ability. Queen is still there, but it's only 12 Super Barbarians, and there's still the Monolith and another Expo at this top side. I don't think that this is looking good.
No, there's a lot left on the space to push around with that Monolith, like you said, to the top. Scatter Shot, Queen's ability is now forced, but she even goes down through the Scatter Shot, dropping some the one Skeleton spell to try to distract it, but unfortunately was not able to keep the heroes alive. Has a couple extra Ice Golems that, well, maybe if they were deployed to be able to help protect the heroes more, could have played a big difference, because if these final few defenses went down the Scatter and this Expo, the Super Barbarians would have definitely been able to distract that Monolith towards the top side. But this is going to be a really low percentage. And if you fail at this stage, you're going to want to be failing in the high 90s. And this is just about to maybe hit an 80 if he takes the storage down. And yes, the storage does go down for the 80% 2-star. The Invis, Skelly, and Bath Spells are down. And he's taking on a multi-target Inferno. The Clan Castle all going down to start, and makes it look so easy. Nothing, didn't even like lose a single troop right there as it all goes down. What an easy way to start, to take out such important value inside of a defense here.
Yes, and that's exactly what they were hoping for. No ring bases whatsoever. And now the question is this going to be then looking as we somewhat expect already from a team like Clash Champs, and especially with this opening? You said it, everything went his way. He got the value. The King is completely wrecking this entire compartment. The Rage Tower goes off, but it's just way too late. At this point, the Queen is already on her way towards the bottom side. He's sending in the Roy Gem to get those Builder Huts, get the Expo, and get eventually another multi-Inferno Tower. And Carbon, take a look at what is behind the Town Hall. It's a single Inferno Tower. Lavadoon does not care about single Inferno Towers. They only care about multi-Inferno Towers, and that one should go down eventually versus this Royal Champion.
Yeah, with this RC making her way into that multi, the Skeleton Spell provides so much distraction to allow the Queen to even get this Eagle Artillery. So much value from just his heroes moving through. Even with an Invis, might even be able to invest it for his RC. And yes, that's indeed what he does, as the RC is going into the single with the Lalo starting to the right. Headhunters go for the Queen, and the Warden ability protecting this blimp.
Yeah, that looks just so good. The JH'VI
wow.
triggered already so early. with the rage, the tower is going to go down guaranteed. Can those loons or the Yetis even get the monolith? That's the question. It looks like that. But those loons around the raged area at the bottom side disappeared kinda quick, to be honest. Is that still going to be enough now, though?
That was the race down south was a big problem. The balloons need to path their way through. He does have 2 extra loons to drop in. It is the Air Expo that's going to be the biggest threat here, but the Warden will be able to help these remaining balloons come around. He's going to save 1 balloon just in case. If it comes down to time, if there is a building. Okay, no, he sends it straight in to go for that Air Expo. With 1 sweeper pointing, well, it looks a little deceiving. It looks like it's pointing over the Expo, but it's probably not. It's more pointing towards probably at 6, so that's why it's not pushing it back.
Yeah, but now we're coming back to the best defense in the game, the defending king. If those pups are stuck on him, this might cause a time fail, but I think he is already relaxed with 15 seconds left, and I think both storages think they should go down if no magic trick happens. Yeah, I mean, they could get all of those loons. That should be no problem. It's close on time, but I had 99s, and this attack did not look like a 99 attack.
Be delivering, getting those 3 stars. And if you do fail, you want to be getting at least the high 90s, as we're now seeing super dragons coming in here, sniping off the air defense of the left side with a rocket and looking to probably snipe the other air defense to the top side. There you go. Goes directly into the air defense there. Perfect. Dropping some lightnings to take out that sweeper that was pointing to the top side. And that is where the super dragons are going to come in. From the top through the defensive king. So you don't have to worry about a king on the backside with your heroes, which is nice. As he's going to move all the way through with a clone. Probably for some super minions to come out of this blimp here.
Yeah, I would agree. With having 4 invisibility spells, the super minions are for sure the one which is the most likely. The thing though is he going to turn that monolith invisible as well? He's trying to trying to clone away from that. Another invisibility. Where are those shots going? Are they going for the defensive super minions, or where are those shots from the super minions going? But they're targeting that town hall. The town hall is already out. Now the question is, can those heroes clean things up? The super dragons got decent value, I guess, but there's still quite a bit of base left on this one.
There is a lot of bases. His heroes are now coming to the left side. Royal Champion makes her way in towards this Eagle Artillery, while the Ground Expo is locking onto that King, which is protecting this RC. Fantastic, as he does have 1 more freeze to utilize for his heroes, as they're going to continue to make their way all the way around. Does he use it on the defensive RC, as he now is going to approach into that scatter with the King ability now going off?
Oh, tornado trap with skeleton traps causing some delay on that Royal Champ. There goes the freeze. Nice freeze, catching the scatter, catching the defending Royal Champ. But there's even more skeleton traps coming in. Queen ability is forced. Scatter is right now on the King. But that Expo is firing away on his heroes. They have somehow overpowered the back end. There is nothing left except the heroes and their pets. Royal ability has been forced. Going to be enough or not? That's the question. Unicorn is trying her best. Expo's down. With 50 seconds, Carbon, I think we are seeing the first step for no limit.
The Diggy is off of the Raw Champion. That went down, so the biggest threat is the Archer Tower and the Cannon here paired up. As long as he has these Archers to provide the distraction with a Phoenix, which may go down to the air defense, but the Unicorn is doing its job of healing up this Queen and just sneaking in a 3-star with that Queen staying alive, using the freeze on that scatter way earlier to try to protect that Queen as much as possible.
We're back to the next attack. It's no diamond base. It is going to be a box base. And Pato, like, what is this? Double recall with the lightnings? What is this? What is happening?
Taking out both sweepers, but the Queen is not going for the air defense. Wait, she might go back. Queen, air defense. Oh, yes, she does. Okay, recall that Queen and takes her back. He's going to repeat it to the top side to grab the 12 o'clock air defense, and then he's going to recall her a second time.
That's known as the famous Unicorn Charge. That is just taking down every air defense in this base. I mean, that's quite cool, not gonna lie. Getting another air defense now with his queen, starting with the super dragons. The question now is, when is he going to recall that queen yet again? There we go, after that storage. There we go with the skeleton spell. Everything is in. And the question now is, when is he going to recall the queen again? Is he just going to have her on the back end with the king together? Just want to get those air defenses? It seems like that.
Well, it definitely seems like that's a possibility here as the Super Dragon's going straight on it, nowhere but the core of this base, because the Queen was able to grab those buildings, making their way all the way through towards that town hall with the blimp freezing the town hall, the defensive rage. The Expos are on ground, so that doesn't matter. The town hall has been secured as the Super Dragons are making their way through that Queen, and now the back end scatters as heroes are deployed to the top side.
Yeah, this attack looks so good. Take a look at that. We have 1, 2, 3. Is it 6 Super Dragons alive at this point? That is crazy. As his heroes as well. He has his Royal Champion as well. I mean, that is just so much power for this back end. And what is left standing? Is it the defending Warden? Is it the King? Is it the Tesla? I don't know. The Right Tower is reloading way too slow. And I think this should be the next race up for Clash Gems if there are not incredible traps around this area.
Well, he does even still has his Royal Champion to deploy as he's moving his way through this bottom side. That Warden comes back to life with the Phoenix, helps take out this air defense, and finishing off this base right here for another 3-star for Clash Champs. Going 2 for 2, and they are liking it. And what a plan. Yeah, you know, I'll go with 4 lightning spells, 2 recalls. No worries. What an attack. And impressive stuff. And this is why these players are so good.
Base exactly set up as I said, with the Town Hall and the Eagle on opposite sides, and right on the flanks in between of those we have 2 areas with a lot of defenses stacked together, and a Rage Tower in between, 2 ground expos, a scatter shot, some other defenses, and a multi-fire tower. Those areas are really scary.
It's going to be very difficult to push through those defensive raised up areas as he pulls a Seeking Air Mine right off the bat, loses a healer, but he does secure and take out an Eagle Artillery, which is a very valuable to start. Pulls that Queen back, and then going to send her on a, let's see, top side maybe? Send her into the enemy Queen or the bottom? Nope. Okay. It's symmetrical, so it does either way. He can pick here as he now can, oh, actually no, he has to go for the bottom because he's lightning the sweeper that's pointing down there as an early Warden ability is utilized and a freeze to keep this Queen intact as she's making her way towards that town hall.
That's right. He now has to make sure that the Queen is quick enough to funnel those Super Dragons. Oh no! Oh, they're coming back. Can they stay? No, they're going back to the Queen. He wanted to have the Queen separate on the outside and have his Super Dragons going for the core. But now with that Monolith shooting away on those Super Dragons, they're going down somewhat quick. And the Warden is not even close around them, so the power is slowly getting lower and lower for the Super Dragons inside the middle of the base.
Yeah, with the 2 Super Dragons going to remove that core multi, the King's ability did go off. Running up and around, the Monolith locking onto this Queen here as she's stepping into the Town of Poison using the Invis. He's going to lose an additional healer here towards the Monolith, but a Lava Hound is now getting lured out, and the Super Dragons were supposed to make their path towards the core, and they could have taken out that Clan Castle if the Queen was able to help set that funnel, but unfortunately, that's not the case here. And look at this defensive rage spell. Raging up. 2 Expos, 2 cannons, a multi, a scatter shot, 2 Teslas as well. Incredible value of the defensive side, but unfortunately, No Limit is not going to 3-star here with this Royal Champion. Going to be falling short pretty quickly as he's got all but has that RC ability left.
That's right. And I feel like overall the plan, there was one big issue which I would think the problem is, and that's this Monolith. Like, the Monolith was out of range for the Queen. The Super Dragons did not really go into that direction. And overall, I think that was the big problem with this plan. Maybe he could have used and invested even more lightnings. I don't know if he could have brought those. But otherwise, the idea of the plan, I quite liked it. But it's not going to be enough to overpower this base of Clash Gems. They're going to defend his 2nd time already in just 3 attacks. And they're up next. They could now pull ahead even 2 stars if they 3-star another time. Okay, I mean, I have seen now some comments already in the chat, to be honest, about like that some bases might be burned, but I know this base for a fact. Like, I have attacked already plenty of times in Legends, so I'm a little bit confused why. I don't know, maybe that was the closest of what No Limit could get towards Legend bases, but I'm not really sure why they would use this one. But either way, we have Leo going in now with his Skeleton Donut to start things off, get that Clan Castle, get that Inferno Tower, and I think at least for the start, everything went to plan, no surprises whatsoever, and now it's all about his heroes.
His heroes can get an incredible value, potentially making their way to the left side by the Eagle Artillery, because the way that Clash Champs does their Lalos is they use their blimps for the Town Halls, as the King is actually going to be pathing into the scatter shot, using the bowlers as a beautiful funneling technique to allow now the King to go into the scatter, use one Valkyrie to help this King in case there were skeletons, because those absolutely are a huge nightmare for heroes to push through. As the Raw Champion is now going to be responsible for this multi, it's looking really strong right now.
Yeah, it's looking really strong indeed with the setup he has gotten. Invisibility spell for that Royal Champ to get her even further into the base, get another multi-Inferno Tower. We have seen overall this setup already with that single Inferno Tower behind the tower. I think overall the base looked a bit different with the setup otherwise, but getting another multi-Inferno Tower, and this means yet again it's this one single Inferno Tower which is left standing, which is not the best defense against Lalo. But let's see if this Lalo is going to be as good as the last one which we have seen earlier today.
Yeah, with this warding going to pair the Warden ability to protect the Blimp, the Balloons, and the Headhunters. And notice he's not dropping a Lava Hound or an Ice Hound in here. He's, with this Warden ability, is protecting the Balloons through the initial wave to allow now the Yetis that came out of the Blimp to help secure the Town Hall. And then the Ice Hound comes in the back end with a few Balloons behind. And a few extra. He has 14 more that are going to be able to be used around this base. But he needs these Balloons to get to this Town Hall. You can't leave that up.
Oh no, the tornado trap.
Oh no.
Guys, this is why you should always consider the tornado trap rotation direction. This might be a one-star and might get No Limit back into this match just because he could have just flipped the plan. I mean, the tornado direction, the direction in which the tornado trap is rotating is set. He cannot change that as base splitter. And if you're flying from this top side with the tornado trap behind the town hall, you're always getting rotated away from the town hall.
Wait.
The Queen now save the second star. That would be huge with the Queen together to at least get the second star. 3 star is out of reach, obviously, but the second star would be massive.
Queen, yes!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, he is taking.
So lucky. Oh my lord. Okay, that means they're up now to 8 stars. But at least the good news for No Limit, it's a defense, even though it's a really high percentage defense. So I'm not sure how much this is actually meaning to them.
Pulling up super minions with that blimp.
Okay, let's see how that's going to work again. It's the similar setup which we have already seen now from them quite some time with the strategy, with the approach. Lightning's already happened. The rocket dunes are luring out the Clan Gussets again. Some super minions. So it seems like that Clash Champs have done their homework. They were expecting a lot of air attacks because, well, we all know Ice Golems are not as efficient versus Super Dragons because they just don't get lured. So really nice choice going with the Super Minions to at least deal a little bit of damage.
They'll do a little bit as the Super Dragons are moving in. Warden ability protects them. And he finds the tornado trap here, which might mean there are a couple more Seeking Air Mines just past this section here. As long, will the blimp make it? Oh, there's one. There might be a second, and he goes invisible with the clone to hopefully get these super minions towards the town hall. And yes, some of them are locking in the town hall to help secure that, and he needs to now take out this monolith in the core.
That's right, and everything has went down in the core, but the same thing happens to his troops. I mean, everything in the core has went down indeed, defenses and offenses wise. But is it going to be then enough power with those few Super Dragon remaining? The King is taking a lot of damage in this area, and we have again this setup with everything stacked around this Rage Tower. It is just so crazy. It is the strongest defense we ever had in Clash, and this is why it is so used so much for those teams. And it's defending just so good. But can he still power through because the Rage ran out, so maybe he's going to have enough power.
Yeah, with the world champion helping and that queen ability, trying to keep that intact. But remember, the queen can get healed up by that unicorn as long as it doesn't go down. No, the queen now is in far enough range that that air defense to the far right side went down. So the super minion and the super dragon paired together can help get through this defensive king to help give No Limit a 3-star and keep their hopes alive.
That is exactly what they needed on this one. You can see the celebration. He is excited because they needed this so bad. Nice attack. The Rage Tower got triggered early from the core super minions, and this has caused it to run out early and gave those healers the chance. We see only one recall this time around, so a little bit disappointed there. Where's the second recall, and why are there healers involved in this one? Let's see if this is going to work as efficiently as the last Super Dragon attack with the recalls versus those box bases. It seems like to be one of the counters, at least based on what we have seen today so far.
With that queen making her way to the right side, it looks like he's using the Super Barbarians and now a couple balloons to take out these Teslas. So once he pulls this queen back from the right, he can send the queen down to the bottom side at 6. Oh, just able to pull that queen back in time. And yes, so this queen can make her way down from the 6 o'clock kind of towards the monolith and or the town hall if he decides now to send the super dragons out of in between where the queen was and now where she currently is with this warden. And then a stone slammer to go on in as he's just going to try to push his way and overpower through the core.
That's right. The question though now is, how much does this sweeper have an impact on the attack? Is it going to distract those attacking troops too much? We see yet again super minions in the defending clan cars. I'm quite surprised how many super minions we see in those matches at the moment. We have super dragons now closing in towards that town hall. The Inferno Tower is getting frozen. The super dragons are closing in, and that's right, invisibility spell to get the town hall out of there. But the super dragons are on the top side. They're struggling a little bit, don't you think so?
Yeah, they are, unfortunately, but he was able to secure that Eagle Artillery. The Warden did come back to life here for a little bit, but then he freezes up the single so that... Oh, Ragaloons! Onto the Queen! Oh, the Queen's ability is forced! Can she stay alive? Whew! Barely stays alive here. Luckily, the Town Hall poison went away, but we do have a ground expo that's going to rage up, and the Queen is going to go down fast.
Indeed, that was not what they were hoping for with the Rage Tower, though. Slowly running out. This means maybe there's a chance. The defending Queen hopping over, but the Royal Gem getting into her range, which is not what they were hoping for. And now the Royal Champion still trying her best to push through. One more expo, one more scatter. Does he have the power to get through all of that?
And with the RC ability still intact, skips across, hits that scatter shot to the backside, but the ground expo is still remaining, picking his troops off now. And this is the defense that No Limit is hoping for, as it's going to be struggling to hit an 80%. It probably won't, because this king is going to go down. He will not come back to life, does not have the Phoenix on top of him. And down, oh, getting in one more building. But they have such a high percentage in this match that it's going to be okay.
Going in with the Super Hog Riders with the Queen charge. Let's see if that's going to work.
10-10. All tied up. A 3-star for No Limit means Clash Champs must 3-star to win this match. So much pressure here as a wall breaker opens up the top corner just a little bit more as the skeleton spell was placed perfectly to now allow this queen to try to charge her way in towards the monolith, but that cannon may just pull her to the left side. Drops a couple extra balloons. Where's the... Oh, no, she steps directly into the storage, and now the monolith should be going down as long as the queen can help take it down if he's going to have to invest a rage to keep that queen up.
Ooh, are there any black mines? That's the question. He delayed that blimp quite a bit, which was nice. The next thing is... It's going to connect... Wait, he did use the rage. I'm a little bit confused about that because I feel like there's not a lot of value he might get with those raged Yetis. So I feel like another option with like a blimp would have been way safer, and he could have saved a rage. And we all know how important those spells are for a queen charge in turn of 15 with how much damage there is inside a base like this. And we have the queen so far going strong, 2 more rages. Maybe that's just going to be enough overall.
Well, with the twin hogs, regular hogs with a mix of super hogs, as the queen is now pathing her way around, not going to this multi, the king needs to help try to secure it. He does have the phoenix, so he can help continue to take it down as the queen abilities forces. The hogs are now down, moving into the eagle. He drops the rage. He can pair up the warded ability. He protects him to continue to try to power his way right through this bottom compartment, all the way through the eagle, the scatters, and all the defensive raged up defenses here.
What is going on? I mean, everything is just blinking and purple, and like, it's crazy what is going on right there as those raged up defenses are just shooting away versus that queen. The super hogs have mainly already disappeared, but can the Roger with her ability save this? Because there's not much damage left in this base, Carbon.
He is not. He's got a
warden going down in 1 more freeze. He might have done it and might force Clash Gems to 3-star as well.
With that freeze there, he's got 40 seconds left. He's putting the pressure on to Clash Champs, and Celinho will have to deliver because this is going to be a 3-star, and No Limit has an opportunity now to advance in the lower bracket and be 1 match away from trying to get a golden ticket. And Moro, what an attack here with the pressure on the line, getting the 3 stars, and Celinho's up with a super dragon attack here with 4 lightning spells taking out both sweepers. Has to go all out for the 3-star.
This is just so much pressure on the line. They know they're the favorites. They know everyone is kind of expecting them to win, even though it's hard to say that because at this point all of those teams are just so incredibly good. But he really has to deliver. He really has to make sure to get this 3-star. Otherwise, Clash Gems is out of this. The blimp is closing in, an early warden ability. Let's hope that this blimp is going to catch that tunnel. Otherwise, this is looking not good.
Yeah, that blimp's making all the way with the rage investment. The freeze coming up with a bunch of red air bombs, but the Yetis come out of here, and this town hall goes down as the super dragons have split off, freezing up the defensive queen on the far left side. Are they going to be able to take her down? Oh, doing quite a bit of damage, but no. Warden does have a phoenix, so he can come back alive, and he snipes the enemy queen, and he's going to be able to snipe the air expo, as now it's all up to his heroes to continue to run around. Must time the spells perfectly with a skeleton and 2 freezes in order to finish this base off.
Oh no, take a look at that apprentice board, and he's just jumping in front, taking already some damage. There is the tornado trap, delaying things even more. He has a skeleton trap to somehow distract that monolith, but he needs to place it perfectly because of the multi-apparent tower right next to it. That Royal Champ was really early. He has to freeze. That's exactly what he does, but he lost already quite some of the hit points right there. King can still be used. The ability can be used. Another freeze goes in. The queen is chasing everything. There's one headhunter. He's going to use it for that defending king since the defending queen went down earlier already.
Yeah, that Frosty got some frost mites that hit that monolith, which slowed it down. Now the Royal Champion's going off to the left, going through this bomb tower, and it's all about the queen ability. He can't do anything but press the queen ability at the perfect time. And it's time. 50 seconds remaining. Does he have enough time to continue to move through these storages as the Royal Champion continues to move through? Does she have the Diggy? Yes, the Diggy is still with this Royal Champion.
And there's not much damage left in this base. The multi-apparent tower is not doing that much versus heroes. The cannon, though, is shooting away on that on that Royal Champ. She's going down. Queen, she has to go in for the multi-inferno tower. I think she will do that because of
She
the team
does!
forcing her inside. And that should be it. 22
Wow.
seconds. I think there's not enough
Oh,
hit points left, and he is celebrating.
Celinho gets.
Oh my goodness, the pressure on the line, and somehow staying alive in this elimination match.
Getting the 3-star and delivers for Clash Champs, keeping their hopes alive, and they will be advancing in the lower brackets and one match away from getting a golden ticket.